Good morning, esteemed guests. I hope that the past 2 days of this conference have been highly informative and engaging. We are starting day 3, the final day of the India Mushroom Summit 2023, presented by Milky Way Spawn in association with the campus of Open Learning, University of Delhi, and Shahid Rajguru College of Applied Sciences for Women, University of Delhi. Today promises to be a culmination of insights, discussions, and collaborations as we wrap up this remarkable event. I am Meera Prakash Gupta, and I welcome you all to day 3 of this summit. Yesterday, we delved into innovative cultivation techniques, market trends, and solutions to industry challenges. Today, we continue our journey exploring advanced research, sustainability initiatives, and the prospects of the mushroom industry. We are going to be starting with our first speaker session of the day. With this, I would like to invite our first speaker, Ms. Trupti B. Thakate, proprietor of Quality Mushroom Farm, Pune, and professor of botany at Asian College of Science and Commerce, Dhayari, Pune. Please welcome her with a huge round of applause.
Good morning, all the dignitaries present here and my dear friends. I am Trupti Bhushan Dakate from Quality Mushroom Farm, Pune. My mushroom farm is at Pune, Nasrapur, near Nasrapur at Umre Gaon. My mushroom farm is of about 10,000 square feet. Since 2018, I am cultivating mushroom, oyster mushroom and milky mushroom. I have made so many products from mushrooms. I am cultivating mushrooms naturally. Firstly, I would like to tell you why I came into this business, mushroom business. Because when I was doing research work in lab, for 2 years I did research work on mushroom also. Then I came to realize that most of the farmers are burning their agriculture waste. And from over this agriculture waste, we can cultivate mushroom. That concept, really I like that concept. And I came to know health benefits of mushrooms also. So I became so passionate when I cultivate mushroom on various agriculture waste. And so I decided, after 2 years of research work in mushroom, I decided to start my mushroom farming, commercial mushroom farming in 2018. When I started my business, so many people said me, you don't do this business because people are not getting market. बहुत से लोगों ने मुझे बोला कि ये बिज़नेस ही आप मत करो क्योंकि बहुत से फार्मर्स करते हैं और ये बिज़नेस छोड़ देते हैं. So I got negativity only in mushroom farming. Still I decided to cultivate mushroom because I was so passionate about mushroom. You may say it was madness actually. People do business for money only, but I did business because of passion only. You may say it was madness. When I started my business, when I started mushroom farming in 2018, then I didn't have any marketing idea. I didn't have any idea that how I will sell my mushrooms. I decided to grow business. I have invested, initially I invested 3 lakh rupees. And when I cultivate mushroom, oyster mushroom, then मुझे ऐसा लगा कि अभी यहाँ कहाँ पे बेचूँ मैं ये मशरूम उगाए तो है. तो then I decided to go at vegetable market. I sold my mushroom in vegetable market. From my family also, they were opposing because I have qualified MSc Biotechnology and MSc Botany. They told me, why you are doing this? Why you are struggling a lot? लेकिन वो पैशन था. वेजिटेबल मार्केट में गई, मैं खुद मशरूम की सब्ज़ी लेके जाती थी. एक एक स्पून मैंने मशरूम की सब्ज़ी खिलाई लोगों को, तब जाके ये मशरूम का प्रमोशन हुआ. जो सब्जी वाले थे मशरूम नहीं लेते थे शुरू में, ऑयस्टर मशरूम. फिर अभी सब्जी वाले मेरे से बल्क से मशरूम लेके जाते हैं. अभी का सिनेरियो. Since 5 years I am cultivating mushroom, oyster mushroom and milky mushroom also I am cultivating. I am cultivating this mushroom naturally. I don't use any chemical. When I was going at vegetable market, That time people were thinking that mushrooms are non-veg. Then I told to my client that this is not non-veg, it comes in veg category. Then people's means in Hindi that people say that mushroom as a कुकुरमुत्ता also. जैसे मराठी में आपको पता होगा, अगर मराठी आती होंगी तो कुत्र्याची छत्री ऐसा भी लोग बोलते थे. यानी सुपरस्टिशियस माइंड वॉज देयर. I face a lot things. When I tested those mushrooms to people, then people used to take mushrooms in bulk quantity also. Then I started my journey, and I boosted my confidence also, because people were purchasing mushroom from me in bulk quantity. Mushroom belonging to class Basidiomycetes. Mushroom is fungus. We all know. 2 दिन से सबने बताया आपको कि मशरूम के क्या हेल्थ बेनिफिट्स है. डॉक्टर हीरा मैम आल्सो टोल्ड डिटेल सेशन शी हैज़ टेकन, एंड डॉक्टर रेखा मैम आल्सो टोल्ड डिटेल अबाउट मशरूम health benefits. Mushroom cultivation in India, various mushrooms, varieties of mushrooms we can cultivate: grey oyster mushroom, black oyster mushroom, pink oyster, king oyster, shimeji mushroom, shiitake mushroom, milky mushroom, paddy straw mushroom. These all mushrooms we can cultivate in India. When I started my mushroom farming, that is grey oyster mushroom, people were thinking that this is black color, so this is not good mushroom. In actual, grey oyster mushroom, that is Pleurotus sajar kaju, has a good taste, but people's thinking that इट्स व्हाट वी कैन से कि ये ख़राब मशरूम है, ऐसे लोग सोचते थे अबाउट अ ग्रे ऑयस्टर मशरूम. फिर मैंने प्लूरोटस हिप्सिज़ाइगस ये किया, फिर लोग लेने लगे, और जो हमारे रेगुलर क्लाइंट हो गए तो उनको फिर हमने ग्रे ऑयस्टर भी दिया, तो लोग काफ़ी पसंद करने लगे ग्रे ऑयस्टर मशरूम की सब्ज़ी. मेरा यूट्यूब चैनल भी है, क्वालिटी मशरूम फार्म पुणे नाम से. यूट्यूब चैनल से मैंने अलग अलग रेसिपी लोगों को बताई. मशरूम कटलेट कैसे बनाते हैं, हाउ टू मेक मशरूम कटलेट, हाउ टू मेक मशरूम सब्जी, मशरूम पकौड़ा, मशरूम सूप, ये सब मैंने यूट्यूब चैनल से बताया, और काफ़ी सारा फिर अवेयरनेस हो गया. मेरा माई आर्टिकल इज़ इन टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया, इंडियन एक्सप्रेस न्यूज़पेपर, एंड सो मेनी मैगजीन्स. माई आर्टिकल इज़ देयर, मशरूम आर्टिकल in Dayasra Foundation magazine, Maharashtraचे कृषी नायक in magazine also my article came, because I decided that we have to give quality products to people. क्योंकि ये फूड प्रोडक्ट है, इसलिए मैंने डिसाइड किया लोगों का जो हेल्थ है वो अच्छा, लोगों का बेनिफिट मिलना चाहिए. सो आई कमिटेड टू गिव क्वालिटी प्रोडक्ट्स ओनली, एंड आई डिसाइडेड दैट आई शुड गो फॉर नेचुरल फार्मिंग ओनली. I already told you why I am cultivating mushrooms, because I am so crazy for mushrooms. Health benefits are there. We can minimize malnutrition problem also. Then we can reduce air pollution also, because most of the farmers burns agriculture waste. So instead of burning this agriculture waste, we can cultivate mushroom over this agriculture waste. So we can minimize air pollution also. Then making of vermicompost. जो मशरूम स्पेंड बेड होते हैं उससे मैंने वर्मी कंपोस्ट बनाया. वी गॉट अमेजिंग रिजल्ट. आर्टिकल जैसे रिव्यू जो है वो लोगों ने मुझे फीडबैक दिए हैं वर्मी कंपोस्ट का और मशरूम का भी, क्योंकि ये जो मशरूम है ये एसिडिटी कम करता है. मशरूम मिनिमाइज एसिडिटी प्रॉब्लम, कॉन्स्टिपेशन प्रॉब्लम, एंड इट रिड्यूस शुगर लेवल्स आल्सो इन डायबिटिक पेशेंट. आई गॉट अमेजिंग रिजल्ट फ्रॉम माई क्लाइंट. रिसर्च वर्क तो काफ़ी हुआ है, लेकिन जब हमको क्लाइंट से रिव्यूज़ मिलते हैं, व्हेन वी आर गेटिंग गुड रिव्यूज़ फ्रॉम आवर क्लाइंट, देन इन एक्चुअल वी गेट सेटिस्फाई दैट टाइम. सो आई गॉट सो मैनी गुड रिव्यूज़ फ्रॉम माई क्लाइंट. Then why we should cultivate mushroom? Because we can create employment also for people. It was my initial experiment when I was in lab. In over various agriculture waste, I did mushroom cultivation. On coconut also waste I did, then cotton also I did. Then these are my quality mushroom, farm mushroom, pink oyster mushroom, grey oyster mushroom, then pleurotus ostreatus, then pleurotus sajar kaju. These all varieties I have grown. Then these are the milky mushroom which I have grown. It requires 45-degree temperature to cultivate milky mushroom. Generally, south side they cultivate mushroom because south region high temperature is there. So Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, here they cultivate mushroom, milky mushroom. Its taste is amazing, like paneer, we can say. Taste is so good, and cultivation cycle for 45 days of milky mushroom. This is my incubation room, mushroom incubation room. You can see here amazing result we are getting. This is my mushroom farm, quality mushroom farm. We are getting good result. You can see how production we are getting, oyster mushroom production. And this is me. Look here, this is our growing room, and previously I have showed you incubation room. When I started my mushroom farm is of 2,000 square feet. Now my mushroom farm is of 10,000 square feet. I struggle a lot and grew in 5 years. Various dishes of oyster mushrooms I have made, like with broccoli also various dishes I serve. Then baby corn, with baby corn, then oyster mushroom masala I made, then mushroom soup. Some clients also sent me various dishes of oyster mushroom. हेल्थ बेनिफिट, सो मेनी हेल्थ बेनिफिट्स आर देयर. 2 दिन से हम ये हेल्थ बेनिफिट हमको पता चले हैं कि क्या हेल्थ बेनिफिट है. It has anti-cancer properties. It contain antioxidant also. So toxins also can remove from our body by consuming these mushrooms. We can boost our immunity system also by consuming mushroom. It contain vitamin B12 also. Constipation problem also we can resolve. I already told you that we can minimize malnutrition problem also, because most of the child suffering from deficiency of vitamin, deficiency of protein. So we can resolve this problem by consuming these mushrooms. Burning issues we can resolve. Stubble trouble we can resolve. And what are the solution on biomass? We by cultivation of mushroom we can resolve the burning issues. Cattle feed, then we can make compost. For industrial use also we can use agriculture waste. This vermicompost we are making, we can say it is the black gold, and it is golden opportunity for farmers also. They can do organic farming by making this vermicompost and by using this vermicompost. Result of vermicompost are amazing. Clients are giving good reviews. Then these are my mushroom products. I have made mushroom cookies also. This is my unique product in all over India. We have made from wheat flour and jaggery also, and really tasty cookies are here. I brought also cookies to taste you. Then dry mushroom, then mushroom protein powder. Mushroom, by consuming mushroom protein powder, clients are getting really amazing result, because we can minimize the constipation and sugar level, and for a heart problem also we can resolve by this consuming mushrooms, mushroom protein powder. How much quantity we have to take? We have to take 10 gram mushroom protein powder. We can use in any food items, means in atta also, wheat flour also we can put. Then in sabji, pasta, noodles we can put this mushroom protein powder, and it enhances taste also. Various dishes of mushrooms we have made: mushroom cutlet, mushroom pakoda, on my YouTube channel, Quality Mushroom Farm YouTube channel. You may see my videos also, recipe videos also. Then mushroom powder products, we have put mushroom powder, and we have made so many varieties of mushroom products, like mushroom garlic bread. We got amazing response for mushroom garlic bread. We are doing home delivery also in all over Pune, and in all over India we are providing mushroom protein powder and dry mushroom also. We have made mushroom toast also. This is also our unique product. Mushroom garlic also. This is our unique product in all over India. Mushroom pizza we have made. In pasta also we can put mushroom protein powder. So many products I have. I didn't show here. I have mushroom khakra also. We have made mushroom khakra also. We have made mushroom papad. 10 types of mushroom cookies we have made. So many products we have. And recently, within 10 days, I will open my mushroom shop also. Within 10 days. Services we provide training on mushroom cultivation. In all over India, more than 150 growers are there. I have trained to those growers for mushroom cultivation. From various states are coming for training program in our quality mushroom farm. We provide consultancy to mushroom growers also for oyster mushroom and milky mushroom. Webinar on mushroom cultivation. Various institutes, various colleges are organizing webinars. They invited me as a speaker also. Then mushroom delivery all over Pune, all over India. Agri solid waste management. We consult about agri solid waste management also. Then marketing and training. These all we do. Then why we should do any business? We can create employment. We can give salary to people. If we will do job, then we get salary ourselves only. But if we are doing business, then we can give employment to others also. Minimum investment, minimum efforts, and maximum profit if we are cultivating mushroom. Cultivate mushroom on your terrace garden. More benefits in small area. More demand with good price. By making byproducts from mushroom, we can get more benefits. These workshop activities and in various seminars also they invite me. And I am associated with various foundations also, and they are also promoting these mushrooms. I take program on women empowerment. I am giving training to women also. You may see. And before 6 months, I got NDTV. I got Icon of Bharat Award by NDTV News Channel before 6 months. These are some photos. Various activities we are doing in our quality mushroom farm. How I did marketing? I put my stall also. I participate in various exhibitions also, and I do mushroom awareness. These are reviews from my client, like article reviews are giving my clients. You can see so many clients are giving amazing reviews for mushroom and vermicompost. For more details, you may email also, and you may visit also my YouTube channel. Trupti Bhushan Dakate from Quality Mushroom Farm, Pune. I want to tell you here that we should go for organic farming also, because today's need is there, because most of the peoples are suffering from cancer. So we should provide people good product only. So we should go for organic farming. We can make vermicompost by using mushroom spent bed. Means after harvesting the mushrooms, those spent mushroom spent bed is there. So from mushroom spent bed we can make vermicompost, that is the black gold. And we are giving training to farmers also. So you also can make vermicompost if you have your land. So it is a golden opportunity for you. तो आप फार्मर्स को भी इसका ट्रेनिंग दे सकते हैं और नेचुरल फार्मिंग की तरफ हम बढ़ सकते हैं. दैट्स इट फॉर टुडे. थैंक यू सो मच.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Our next speaker for the day is Dr. Anuradha Jape from Bharati Vidyapeeth YM College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Pune, who will be sharing her insights on the subject, an effort to enhance the PUFA content of clitoris mushroom. She will be joining us online. Of course. Any questions for ma'am?
Yeah.
Which platforms you are using? Is Patty Australian or anyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Which platform you are using for vermicompost?
Is in here for you.
That Australian?
Red, yeah, red earth.
Red. And how much time it is taking?
It will take 2.5 months.
2.5.
Yeah.
And you are selling your products in the market, so you get some certification from any company or just you are selling it?
No, I have already certified and I did lab registration, lab testing also. All things I have done. Yeah. All of my mushroom products are lab tested. I did lab testing also because I am serving to my society. So it's my duty to do lab test of my product, mushroom products.
Any other questions?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
You are doing really a very good work, and it's a very fine example of moving from farm to the consumer.
Yeah.
It is not easy to accomplish.
Yeah.
So that's really good to know. Just I'm curious to know what challenges you faced while marketing your products. Now you seem to be well established, but how was the journey?
Yeah, it was a tough journey for me, but I will not say it was tough because it was my passion. So I did. When I came in this business, then mushroom. When first time I went in vegetable market, that time my mushroom was not selling properly, not sold properly. Then I decided to make sabji of mushroom. And then I saw to people 1 spoon sabji, जो ओम शांति ओम का डायलॉग है ना, तो I would love to say एक चम्मच मशरूम की सब्जी की कीमत तुम क्या जानोगे बाबू. तो 1 चम्मच मशरूम की सब्जी ने मेरा मार्केटिंग किया है मशरूम का, and I have boosted my confidence. Then I put my stall in everywhere. Everywhere I can say. I participate in exhibition everywhere. I sold vada pav also. Why I sold vada pav in stall? Because 1 spoon sabji I was putting in a plate of vada pav. So people can come to have vada pav, and they will have mushroom also. So I sold vada pav also. My family, my teachers, some teachers were against me that what you are doing, Trupti. Because I was a professor for 5 years, and they will say, what are you doing, Trupti? You are going in vegetable market and you are selling mushroom. All those things I was doing. But still, passion was there that I thought, no, I should do mushroom awareness because it has a lot of health benefits. So I move on. And I did. And now I can proudly say that my mushrooms are selling in bulk quantity. So many distributors are there. So I think we should not do for job only. If you will be passionate, they can energy ऑटोमेटिकली बूस्ट, आई वुड लव टू से। अगर हमें पैशन है तो वो एनर्जी ऑटोमेटिक आती है, ऐसा है। बहुत से लोग बोलते हैं कि इतनी एनर्जी आपको कहाँ से आती है, तो मैं उनको बोलती हूँ कि मैं मशरूम खाती हूँ, आई ईट मशरूम, सो आई बूस्ट माय एनर्जी। 24/7 I was thinking about mushroom only. My husband was also saying, what is this routine? 24/7 you can't think about mushroom. You have family also. And so many things I have faced. My family was saying that why you are not doing job, because I am set and get qualified. Easily I can get job, but still I didn't do job for 4 years. I am passionate about teaching also. So recently I joined my college for teaching purpose only, but I'm not giving my passion. Now within 8 days my mushroom shop will also open. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And now,
Shruti, indeed, you are live example of women empowerment also. Government of India is also trying to make it. But I want to know, are you making spawns also?
No, I'm not making spawn, but for 2 years in lab I made spawn also.
Because in oyster production,
Yeah.
oyster production is not so much tricky. It's very easy.
Yeah.
You have done very marvelous job because oysters are very tough to
Yeah.
save.
Tough to sell. Yeah.
So another challenge in growing oyster is the cost of your spawn. So I think you have to start very shortly.
Thank you. I did spawn also in lab for 2 years when I was in Aurangabad in Agriculture Biotech lab. But I have so many tight schedule because mushroom farm is also there, and I am opening my shop also. So and I didn't get funding also. I didn't try for funding. So I will try for funding, and yeah, I will start my lab also after 1 year, I can say. And here Sujata Kamath also, she is my friend from Karnataka. Her farm is Postic Mushroom Farm, and she has opened her spawn lab in Karnataka, Kuntha. Yeah.
I think you can get assistance from state government.
Yeah. Yeah. I think whenever next mushroom summit will be there, you may keep a STEAM session also. So most of the women and most of the people will come to know about government scheme also, I think.
Basically, there are two kind of. Some schemes are governed by central government, and some schemes are locally governed by your state government. So there is a difference of assistance level. Some state governments are giving you 40%, 30%, and some states are giving 50% or 80%. So it depends upon the state government.
Thank you.
any
HACCP,
Hello.
FSSAI, certified.
Yeah. All certified lab testing also done. Yeah.
any more questions to ma'am can be directed to her during the high tea break, since we are running behind. And now over to Dr. Anuradha Jabe.
One minute. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Definitely you are doing good. Actually, मैं ये सोच रहा हूँ कि जो 17% की सेशन है, हम सब परसेंटेज है ना, जैसे बटन मशीन जो है
हाँ।
70% है, 17% है, रेस्ट 13% ये होता है। तो आप 17% को 20% ये यानी तैयारी में, आई थिंक इट्स वेरी गुड।
Thank you.
समझ गए क्या बोल रहे हैं?
No, sir, I didn't get it.
We start doing more.
Yeah.
मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ
हाँ.
परसेंटेज जब हिंदी से बताया जाए ना कि रोस्टर का परसेंटेज क्या है प्रोडक्शन में,
Production percentage
हाँ.
and consumption.
Button is 70 and lotus is 70. So we can increase 70.
Yeah. We can increase. Definitely we can increase. Huh?
वही चीज मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि आप
Because so many mushroom growers are there in India, we will boost market. We can boost market.
मैडम किसी वन सेक्शन को मैं एक्चुअली मिल्की काउ या वो जो आप सजेस्ट कीजिए कि 20% उसको क्या बोलते हैं चारा या जो भी हो मैं आपको
Yeah.
आप 20% नॉट बोले आप 20% बोले तो एक होगा कि जो आपका वेस्ट है दूसरी डेफिनेटली उसे 10-15% मीट और ये भाव है या जो उसका हर दिन से देखा है ये आपका वेस्ट किसी का कुछ
कैटल फीड के लिए भी यूज कर सकते हैं मशरूम मिल्क प्रोडक्शन भी करेंगे.
डायरेक्टली
या
खासकर पैडी जो है पैडी से अगर आप कर रहे हैं दूध से कर मुझे नहीं पता कि अगर आप पैडी से कर रहे हैं तो डेफिनेटली आपका ये
ओनली पैडी अगर यूज़ किया ना सर तो क्या होता है वो मॉइस्चर कंटेंट ज़्यादा रहता है इसमें और ऑयल इतना नहीं मिलता पैडी स्टॉक में. सो अगर हमने मिक्स किया ना मिड स्टॉक और पैडी स्टॉक तो ज़्यादा अच्छा रिजल्ट मिलता है. ऐसा मेरा एक्सपीरियंस है कमर्शियल लेवल पे. ओके थैंक यू.
लेकिन आप इसको
फार्मर्स को क्या
वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट है
हाँ फार्मर्स को दे सकते हैं.
वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट को दीजिए इससे
हाँ हम फार्मर्स को भी बता रहे हैं. फार्मर्स भी कर रहे हैं मशरूम फार्मिंग.
उसको कनेक्ट कीजिए
या वी आर कनेक्टेड. यस सर.
इसी थ्रू
या मशरूम सर. थैंक यू सो मच सर.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, if you will have any question, we can discuss in lunch also. Thank you so much.
Good morning to all. At the outset, I want to thank the organizers for providing me this very dynamic and private platform to share my views related to mushroom as nutraceuticals. The title of my topic is Mushrooms as Promising Source of Polyunsaturated Fatty Acids. The point is, when it comes to polyunsaturated fatty acids, the sources are initially from vegetarian source very limited. When it comes to mushrooms are, of course, as we know, are very popular food components and since ancient times. So as the research advanced in food and nutrition, mushrooms have gained the status as nutraceuticals. These are valuable delicacies, food delicacies, and of course are known as cholesterol-free, low-calorie and protein-rich fibrous foods. Many bioactive compounds like vitamin D, riboflavin, niacin, and of course polyunsaturated fatty acids are reported and they confer the nutraceutical status to mushrooms. The nutraceutical property of mushrooms is reported in prevention and treatment of various metabolic disorders, including diabetes, Alzheimer's, hypertension, Parkinson's, and etc. So, of course, in addition to these, the antimicrobial, anti-tumor, anti-inflammatory activity, and as a immune booster molecule, the bioactive compounds from mushrooms are known. When it comes to polyunsaturated fatty acids, the linoleic acid is the one which is dominantly present in addition to lower fatty acids like C16, C18, carbon chain link I'm talking about, and sometimes you find a conjugated linoleic acid in mushrooms. So as you are seeing in this slide, the nutraceuticals and foods, the demands are growing extensively. And of course, when it comes to look at mushrooms as source of linoleic acid, we have to have overview of current status of research and the current science. So, of course, linoleic acid is a protective fat for reduced incidences of cardiovascular diseases, type 2 diabetes, and various health ailments as a precursor molecule when it comes to polyunsaturated fatty acids. Of course, from these, a range of various long-chain polyunsaturated fatty acids are going to get generated, and derived metabolites also are going to get produced. So when it comes to derived metabolites from LC2FA and LC2FA from linoleic acid. So you have two types basically, omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids, as you all know. And these are known to have various functions to be performed in our body. To say like from structural to regulatory functions. So when it comes to eukaryotic cells, the PUFA components of the cell membrane, they impart the structural flexibility and fluidity to the membrane. And as a consequence of these membrane fluidity, flexibility, as well as the selective permeability, this is which is governed by PUFA. Various physiological processes are governed and regulated. So maybe transfer processes, modulation of ion channels, membrane-associated enzymes, neurotransmission, etc. So when it comes to linoleic acid as a precursor, which gets metabolized to LC2FA, and further the diverse important molecules like prostaglandins, glucotrans, somatostatin. So these various regulatory, cell-regulatory functional molecules we are going to get from these PUFA, and the precursor is LC2. So the concern is how much to be consumed as the regulatory authorities like FAO and WHO recommend. Total NP PUFA content should be in the range of 1.4 to 2.5 grams per day. Of course, when it comes to mushrooms as a source of this, how much are we going to get? And why should we go for it? So when we made hunter-gatherers, the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio was 1:1, and with the changing dietary habits, the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio has changed to 11:8, in certain cases as high as 2:5:1. When it comes to dietary sources of PUFA, of course, marine ecosystems, that is the fish oil which we used to see as the prime source of polyunsaturated fatty acids. Of course, it depends on the marine flora and fauna, which is microbial in its nature. So, besides marine microbes, of course, terrestrial and aquatic fungi also are known as a major source of various polyunsaturated fatty acids. Of course, algae also are there. But as we are talking about mushrooms, let's have a look at various micro and macrofungi as a source of food. So as we are seeing in this slide, various fungi, they are named, and of course various methods which are used to explore these fat-contained are described. So maybe fluorescent labeling, maybe microscope using Sudan B, maybe analysis using GC studies, gas chromatography or GCMS studies, right, which is going to talk about the lipid profile of these various fungi. So these, as you are seeing the marine Salera rhododendron, this paper have published, which talks about using efficient staining methods when it comes to staining of yeast cells, hormonal cells, and specifically variety cells. Now, when it comes to these marine sources, there is the fish oil, it has got its own limitations in terms of the real fish in the fish water. They do not accumulate PUFA as the natural catch would give us, right? So, further these fishery products which we talk about, the oil extracted from natural catches, they get exposed to various environmental pollutants, and bioaccumulation of these toxic molecules are more than hazardous to the health rather than being proved to be as health promoting molecules. Now, when it comes to microfungi, of course, production using fermenters, that is the most popular method. But of course, the stringency and the level of monitoring and the economic value to produce are very high. So ultimately, it comes to the microfungi like various mushrooms. So here, I have tried to present before you the various mushrooms which are studied and scanned by various workers, and they talk about the total lipid profile of these organisms. So shiitake mushroom is found to have about 82% of the total fats. Of course, the total fat contained in mushrooms is less, up to maximum 6% or so. However, in the total fat, the range of linoleic acid is as high as 81%, in addition to 1 to 6% of oleic acid or linoleic acid, up to 20%, 25%, etc. So various workers have a lipid profile of different varieties grown regionally and also found in the natural wild habitats, etc. So very high amounts of linoleic acid have been found in lotus species, and of course the ratio of saturated to monounsaturated to polyunsaturated fatty acid is going to vary the regional variations as well as the species that we are exploring. Now, here is one of my papers I am sharing with you where when it comes to cultivated mushrooms, as it is wild mushrooms, the variation in polyunsaturated fatty acid. Now, of course, about any of these bioactive materials may be changing because in the natural habitats, the nutrition these organisms are going to obtain and accumulate in their caps are going to be a little different when we are growing them at commercial level. So as to improve the yield, various substrates have been explored. Similarly, an experiment was done to check if supplying the substrate like say flax, which is a very good source of alpha-linoleic acid, the good fat, the precursor fat again. Whether this mushroom is able to utilize it and biotransform it into higher chain polyunsaturated fatty acids. So here the aim was to see whether lotus species, the 3 different species we are studying, are they able to utilize that flax oil and further whether that flax oil that is A contained is taken in and transformed into long-chain fatty acids. Of course, in the studies conducted, the total alpha-linoleic acid wasn't bioconverted. Of course, the available fat was hydrolyzed and utilized as carbon source. Of course, it was reflected in terms of increased amount of total fat, linoleic acid in the total fat, as well as total protein contained of all these studied species. So, this is one of the ways that you can look at improvising the fat content. Of course, people have tried to promote a natural accumulation of fats and have tried to explore biotechnological methods so that we can improve the diversity of fatty acids produced by these edible mushrooms. The genetic modification approaches also have been explored so that we can enhance the nutritional and commercial value of mushrooms, but not to that extent. So, as far as genetic approaches are concerned, like exposure of these fungi to irradiation and maybe transgenic breeding or chemical mediated transformation, use of synthetic plasmids, of course, has been explored, but not to that details. So, bioconversion and genetic approaches have not really been very successful in improvising the fatty acid profile of these mushrooms. So bioconversion also has been work. So when it comes to effect of substrate on composition of tufa, as I said, bioconversion is not seen, but total amount of these precursor fatty acids has got changed, and the increase in the percent content of specific lipids, specific fatty acids in the lipid content has got increased. So this is another study that is the recent one published in the 2023. The paper I shared where we had used flax as a source, it dates back to 2012, and this is a paper which talks about the latest papers published in 2023 that has taken a summary of or an overview of various substrates that have been used and its effect on PUFA content. Of course, the quantity of the specific PUFA present in that particular species has increased, and the responses to various substrates are considerably different. Distinct differences are recorded. So high amounts of C18-2 and that of C24 also rarely have been observed. Of course, these are known to produce that particular fatty acid. So when it comes to exploring mushrooms for good and medicinally important or therapeutic or nutraceutical molecules, PUFA as nutraceutical molecules, and conjugated linoleic acid is another molecule which is found in some of the mushrooms. Of course, people have tried to utilize mushrooms the fungal filaments of mushroom to convert the fats present in the substrate into conjugated linoleic acid. So, though it is not accumulated in the fungal filaments, the fermented product is accumulating conjugated linoleic acid, which is the isomer of linoleic acid and is found to have various good health promoting effects. So anti-cancer activity, reduction of body fat, prevention, elevation of arteriosclerosis are assigned to good qualities or benefits from conjugated linoleic acid. So here soybean meat having an increased content of conjugated linoleic acid was produced on treatment with mushroom filaments, mushroom mycelium. So composition of the substrate is one of the most critical factors in addition to whether it is whether it against the variety, the type, particular species, its natural capacity to accumulate a particular fatty acid. Beyond that, the major critical factor is the substrate, because it has been observed that in Agaricus bisporus and such mushrooms, the carbon-nitrogen ratio is very crucial, which is going to divert the accumulated carbon and nitrogen to various metabolic pathways. For example, in Agaricus bisporus, when it is cultivated on compost having carbon-nitrogen ratio of 10, it had high protein levels, as against carbon-nitrogen ratio of 13, where the nitrogen content was higher, was not diverted to protein content, to increase the protein content of those mushrooms. However, carbon-nitrogen ratio of 10, it favored increased antioxidant activity. So, how it is going to be channelized into the metabolic pathways is basically governed by the carbon-nitrogen source of the substrate utilized. So, in the natural conditions, when they are going in the wild, the whole range of wild mushroom varieties which are explored, surely they have better accumulation of or production of or synthesis of these bioactive molecules as against when they are cultivated on the known substrate like wheat, straw, or rice straw and soybean and etc. And at the same time, a very wide range of wild mushroom varieties are not yet explored. So there is another aspect that we can go for finding the wild mushrooms, and that's why the importance of wild mushrooms on the market is increasing. However, the natural pick of these mushrooms from wild areas, it has got limitations. They cannot be just exploited. Otherwise, they would just come into their existence would come into danger. So, of course, it is looked at as analyzing the properties and then bringing it under the cultivation. But as I said, when it is brought under cultivation, the substrate that we provide for growing these mushrooms when they are cultivated commercially is going to compromise its nutraceutical value to a certain extent. So when you talk about nutraceutical value, as being taught in the previous slides, they are looked at as promising molecules to control various disease elements from arthritis to cancer and CSDs to diabetes as secondary metabolic disorders, etc. So, considering mushroom as a promising source of these bioactive molecules, people are trying to include the cuisines made from mushrooms into their diet, right from soup to various protein powders, etc., are hitting the market, and this market is expanding at a very high rate. But the question is, are people getting the specific desired nutraceutical component what they believe they are promised to get from such products, and not questioning the quality of the products, but the source, as I said earlier, growing in the wild and growing under commercial cultivation conditions, the nutraceutical components, bioactive components are getting compromised, as it has been proven by the research by various workers, and I have shared it. So concern is the factors which are going to affect the bioactive content of these mushrooms, as I said earlier, the carbon nitrogen ratio of the substrate used, of course, harvesting time, post-harvest handling and storage. Of course, mushroom species is the basic one which is going to decide its lipid profile, but other than that, these factors, environmental parameters, are going to be very important when it comes to retaining their nutraceutical values. So I feel that we have to have standard guidelines when it comes to commercial cultivation of mushroom and for production of nutraceutical products from the mushroom. In such standard guidelines had to be provided about the substrate to be used, and of course the nutraceutical analysis, and then the approval of these products is to be done. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Preeti Varma, Assistant Professor, Shahid Rajguru College of Applied Sciences for Women, to kindly felicitate Ms. Trupti B. Dhakale. Please give them a huge round of applause.
We have had an engaging and enlightening session thus far at the India Mushroom Summit 2023, and I hope you have found the discussions valuable. We'll be taking a short break for a delightful tea. I kindly request everyone to reconvene at this very location at 11:45 a.m. sharp. We have an exciting lineup of sessions scheduled for the remainder of the day, including insights from distinguished speakers and valuable discussions. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to seeing you all back here at 11:45. Resume our sessions at the India Mushroom Summit 2023. I'm excited about the wealth of knowledge and insights that lie ahead. Our esteemed speakers are prepared to share their expertise, and so are we to learn from them. We have an enthralling speaker session lined up for you all.
Our first speaker for this session is Dr. Shahnaz Shahi, a prominent researcher who holds exceptional experience in researching the mushroom industry from Iran. She will be sharing her insights with us today. Ma'am is a highly dynamic and motivated mushroom culture researcher with strong applied laboratory and teaching abilities and a successful career in molecular molecular biology research, mushroom spawn production, and farming supplement industry. She has completed her master's in genetic biology from Kharazmi University and her PhD in cellular and molecular biology from University of Tehran. She is the Chief Operations and Research Officer at Pega Ruesh, which is an Iran-based leading spawn-producing company. We are supremely honored to have her with us today. Please give her a very warm welcome.
Hello, everybody. This lecture focused primarily on the importance of bacteria and fungi in mushroom compost during the production of Agaricus bisporus. At first, I want to say important result of every lecture about button mushroom compost, especially Agaricus bisporus. Compost is a selective food for button mushrooms that is produced by a consortium of microorganisms, including several kinds of bacteria and fungi. If we consider that compost is a special food for button mushroom, I have a question. Who is the chef of this food? Who is the chef of this food? I respond to my questions. Microorganisms. What's our duty as a compost maker? Compost makers supply all of factors that chefs need to make this food. These factors are necessary for the growth and reproduction of these microorganisms. These factors including quality raw materials, sufficient moisture, sufficient oxygen, and proper temperature and timely mixing. We can say that mushrooms are an important food source for the people in the world. Good source for the food for the people around the world. Secondly, we can use the agriculture waste in the mushroom production industry. Thirdly, it can also create many jobs. And in the end, we should say that the mushrooms are full of vitamins, minerals, and valuable proteins and fatty acids. Mushrooms are eukaryotic. Excuse me. Mushrooms are eukaryotic organisms, so we must provide food for their growth and reproduction. Mushroom substrate can be divided into 3 groups. The first groups, these mushrooms grow in a fully sterilized substrate that were traditionally grown on sterilized wood logs and harvested from trees. The rate of mycelium growth is dependent on enzymatic degradation of lignocellulose by the mushroom itself. Why? Because the substrate is sterile. So that we have not any fungus or bacteria in the substrate. The second group, these are fast-growing and the substrate are usually not sterilized before inoculation, maybe in included pasteurization substrate. Therefore, mycelium grow in a competition with other microorganisms on the substrate. And the important group is substrate for Agaricus bisporus mushrooms. In Agaricus bisporus grow in the compost, that is pasteurization. In pasteurization substrates, mushroom grow in a competition with other microorganisms on the substrates. Compost, which requires lengthy preparation, allows selective growth of the Agaricus mycelium over competitor organisms. As you know, in the process of producing compost by microorganisms, the lignocellulose present in the raw material is converted into humus lignin during the fermentation process. And humus lignin is the best food for Agaricus bisporus. Everybody knows that are grower. Competitors are not able to use it. Competitors are not able to use humus lignin. That is why we say it is selective mycelium food. Bisporus is Agaricus bisporus substrate. Bisporus is commercially grown on a composted substrate prepared in the thermophilic aerobic process. And the raw material are straw, chicken manure, and sometimes nitrogen additives, same urea and ammonium sulfate, and after that the principle of this raw material is gypsum. While you are watching this picture, I will explain about it, please. Compost production has several stages: pre-wet, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and cropping. In the pre-wet, the wheat straw is usually soaked water for 3 to 7 days before mixing with the other feedstocks. And in phase 1, we have a period of aerobic thermophilic composting that during phase 1, compost temperature rapidly rise to 80 degrees by microbial activity. Phase 1 can take up to 14 days to complete and serves primarily for growth of the microbial population at the expense of soluble compounds of the feedstocks. Since there is relatively, in the phase 1, we have relatively little decrease in the total content of compost carbohydrate. It's very important. Complex carbohydrate are cellulose and hemicellulose. But in the phase 1, we have little decrease in total content of complex carbohydrate. We have, and after that, we have phase 2. Phase 2 have 2 stages: pasteurization stage and conditioning stage. Pasteurization stage, we can hold the temperature at 15.8 to 60 degrees for 2 days in the tunnel. And conditioning, after that we have conditioning. In the conditioning, we keep the temperature at 48 to 51 degrees for till 3 days. In this picture, you can see microbial content of phase 1, phase 2, and spawn run and cropping phase. During this presentation, I will speak about the microorganisms that influence on different stages, which are pre-wetting, phase 1, phase 2, and spawn run. I want to tell you an important fact about compost production, that everyone who produces compost knows this fact very well. and will confirm what I said. So listen carefully. Compost is a selective food for the growth and production of button mushroom, which is prepared by the activity of microorganisms during thermophilic and aerobic process. Compost is prepared as a special food for only button mushroom mycelium will be able to grow in it, and no other organism will grow in it. So if there is any other organism except button mushroom mycelium grow in the compost, you have not been able to provide ideal conditions for the growth of microorganisms in every stages of production. You can see in the phase 1, we have rapid succession of bacterial and fungal species, such as mesophilic and thermophilic microbial content in the phase 1. In the phase 1, here, we have mesophilic and thermophilic microbial content. Largely of them is not cellulosic, but they have not cellulose for degrading substrate. After that, we have phase 2, and in the phase 2, we have thermophilic microorganisms. The key number of these microorganisms is Mycothermus thermophilus. That is very important microorganism in the compost, because the mycelium feeding from Mycothermus thermophilus, and it's a food source for mycelium. And in the span run, we have degradation of Mycothermus biomass, dead and live biomass of Mycothermus. And in the cropping phase, we have useful bacteria and pathogen bacteria. Pathogen bacteria cause disease in the cropping phase, and useful bacteria cause the primordial initiation, such as Pseudomonas putida. Critical roles of bacteria and fungi at different stages of production. I said in the last slide, conversion of lignocellulose feedstock into a selective nutrient-rich compost for mushrooms, interaction with the fungal mycelium during hyphal elongation and proliferation through the substrate, induction of fruiting body formation during cropping. In addition, several bacteria and fungal taxa act as a pathogen of the mushroom crop, causing either a reduction in yield or severe loss of quality. All of research about microbial content of compost done by metagenomic method. And by metagenomic or umbilical sequencing of bacterial and fungal communities, we can study on microbial content of compost. When I speak about diversity and succession of bacteria and fungi in mushroom compost in several stages, I want to start with pre-wetting and phase 1. Initial pioneers such as Rhizomycur, Aspergillus, and Thalomyces, Thermomyces, Thermus, cause temperature and pH rise in phase 1. Most of these organisms are not cellulosic, although some of them will break down cellulose and hemicellulose. Pioneer fungi grow by utilizing other carbon sources in the compost, such as a simple carbohydrate and amino acid. As a temperature begin to increase in the continuation of phase 1, peak of seen in the population of thermophilic, such as a bacillus and Clostridia and Proteobacteria and Actinobacteria that are Corynebacterium and Actinobacterium are cellulosic. But in the phase 2, the fungal population is replaced by cellulose degradase, such as a Mycothermus, because they have cellulose, because they are cellulosic. Thermophilus and Thermophilum is the key member of microorganism in the phase 2. I have a question again. Please answer. Why should we not allow the temperature to rise above 15 degrees in the initial stages of compost production? Why should we not allow the temperature to rise above 15 degrees in the initial stages of compost production? Please repeat again.
Just to allow mesophile
Yes.
to feed on.
Yes. It's. I said in the first slide, we have mesophilic and thermophilic microorganisms in the phase 1 and pre-wetting. At the beginning of phase 1, we must be careful not to raise the temperature too fast, because at the beginning of this phase, the temperature must be maintained at 15 degrees so that the mesophilic bacteria can work very well and break all simple sugars. We should mention that because simple sugars are good food for the pathogenic microorganisms in the next stages. If we raise the temperature quickly, the mesophilus will be destroyed and simple sugars will cause the disease to spread in the mushroom beds. You can see in the slide the population of several bacteria and fungus in the every stage. For example, in wetting phase, we have Proteobacteria, and after that, phase 1, we have Firmicutes and Actinobacteria, and same that. Here you can see the pictures regarding phase 2. During phase 2, the microbial community dynamics change completely with rapid succession of different genera. The dominant fungal species during the conditioning process is Mycothermus thermophilus. This species is a thermophilic cellulosic ascomycete, which is a dominant component of many composting systems and plays an important role in degradation of polymeric carbohydrate. So that we have degrading polymeric carbohydrate just in phase 2. This physiological activity provides a selective environment for growth of agaricus by immobilizing nutrients in a form unavailable to competitor molds, unlike competing ascomycet. The agaricus mycelium aggressively decomposes both living and dead bacterial and fungal biomass to obtain the nutrients it requires. Mycothermus thermophilus. Mycothermus thermophilus, this species is a thermophilic cellulosic ascomycet. It plays an important role in the degradation of polymeric carbohydrate. Isolates of these species from compose serious secret a suite of over 60 different cellulose, hemicellulose, and other glycosyl hydrolase. It grows rapidly during the conditioning period, removing free nutrients from the compost and assimilating the ammonia released by omnification. The omnification process has done in the phase 2 process period. The agaricus mycelium aggressively decomposes both living and dead bacterial and fungal biomass to obtain the nutrient it requires. Pseudomonas taiwanensis is the only present in the low member in the phase 1 and does not appear to break down cellulose. It produces beta-galactosidase enzyme and can utilize cellobiose. In phase 2 compose, Pseudomonas taiwanensis appears to increase in parallel to that of Mycothermus. When Mycothermus increase population, the Pseudomonas taiwanensis increase parallel Mycothermus. And in this slide and next slide, you can see the research that done in on bacteria and fungus in the mushroom industry. In the several researches conducted by the researchers, a large number of useful bacteria and fungi have been extracted from compost and soil. You can see, for example, Mycothermus thermophilus and Pseudomonas putida and other microbes. We can use these bacteria and fungi as a biosupplement, and we can research on it to add the compost or soil for increasing the yield and quantity and quality. And I research on several bacteria and fungi in my lab, and I saw the good result from these research. And in this picture, the other microbes. And I wanted to speak about formation of mushroom fruiting body, but my time is finished. And so that I finish my presentation now. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for enlightening us with your words of wisdom. Now I wish to invite our final speaker, Mr. Atul Saxena. He is the founder and CEO of Grow Diesel Ventures Limited. Grow Diesel is technology developer with over 55 patents in its portfolio. Grow Diesel, through its partners Grow Diesel New Zealand Limited, is inviting applications for investing in clean tech startups in India. Let's welcome sir.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. So we are at the concluding session now, and probably, in my view, this is the most important part of this entire journey, 3 days journey. Do you agree with me? And here, what we have seen, cut down your mushroom production cost to zero. So, how many of you would like to cut down your mushroom cost to zero? Everyone, right? Because when we have a byproduct income, then we can optimize, and that is what is our subject today, that we want to convert our mushroom farm waste to biofuels and build a new age clean tech unicorn. So what we are proposing here is that how you can take a Grow Diesel licensed biorefinery and get 100% funded through Government of India subsidies, collateral free loans and lease from Grow Diesel. And we are driving a circular green economy which starts from farm, takes us to food, and the food waste, as ma'am just now mentioned, the straw, the waste, agri waste is converted into again another food, and then the leftover of that mushroom food is converted to fuel, and the leftover of our fuel is converted to very high quality biofertilizer, which again goes back to farms. So this is the subject today, and we are looking at promoting a circular green economy and how all of us can be a part of it. The eminent scientists who are sitting here, the industrialists which are taking this industry to the next level, and our eminent few of the investors who have not joined, they are looking at this conference online, sitting in New Zealand. They are our partners. So let's take this journey forward. Take it forward. Your question is not working. You see? It is.
ये इससे हो जाएगा इसकी बात है
Sure.
ठीक है
So I just take you forward because we have to conclude by 1 o'clock. We have got a very important session at 2 o'clock. And then the Grow Diesel mission, as we mentioned, we are technology developers, owners, and we take technologies to TRL 10 level. Now, many of us may not be knowing TRL. TRL is basically technology readiness level. At TRL 1, it is technology readiness level 1 when it is in the mind, in our mind. Then we bring it down to paper. Then we start doing lab trials. Then we file a patent, and that takes us to TRL 5. And most of the technology development now finishes at this level. But we look at commercialization, wherein we have to do a bench scale, then we have to do a commercial scale project, wherein the technology is now brought into the ground realities. Because from lab to ground, lot of changes need to be there. And after laboratory, then engineers come in picture. So we work with scientists, and when they take the project to TRL 5 or TRL 6, then we enter with engineers and do the process engineering for creating a financially viable project. And that is what is our USP, that how we can take from lab to reality. The Grow Diesel journey started in the year 2001. We are 22 years young company, and we had been working with Government of India, with Mercedes, Volvo, with Indian Railways, Indian Oil, lot of partners to take this journey forward. And I'll share with you our technology excellence in our patented technology, where you can convert your Grow Diesel, your mushroom farm waste into biofuels. So let's look at the technology quickly. Our technology is developed on the principle of human body. We eat food, then this food is actually, we are chewing with teeth, saliva is being added, then it breaks down to volatile fatty acids, and it further breaks down for easy digestion, and body gets energy. So many times आप सब लोगों को लगा होगा कि बहुत ज़्यादा एसिडिटी हो रही है पेट में. Is it happens? Yes? Keep talking. So many times. और जब रात को कॉकटेल डिनर बहुत ज़्यादा हो तो बहुत ज़्यादा एसिडिटी होती है. So point here is that this is actually the biomass which we have eaten is broken down into soluble acids, and then the energy is extracted out of these acids. And this process, let's say we have reconstructed human body in 4 bioreactors. The first phase of the process is hydrolysis, second phase of process is acidogenesis, third phase of process is acetogenesis, and fourth phase is finally methanogenesis. So this is how we replicate and we expedite the entire process. So this is the 4 bioreactors are separated. अभी तक जितने भी आपने बायोगैस के सिस्टम देखे होंगे वो मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम वो एक सिंगल डाइजेस्टर के अंदर किया जाता है काम. बट scientifically in every digester we need right kind of microbes, right kind of pH and right temperature. In the ambient conditions, in the first hydrolysis reactor we need pH of 7 to 8, which is the ambient when biomass comes in, right? But at the same time there might be some biomass which are having low pH. जैसे चटनी बनाई और उसके बाद जो बच गया वो सब डाल दिया बायोगैस सिस्टम में और पीएच उसकी वहीं पे आ गई 3 to 4. सो इस टाइप के बहुत सारे चैलेंजेस आते हैं जब हम ग्राउंड पे जाते हैं. सो यहाँ पे पीएच 7 to 8 है. एसिडोजेनेसिस प्रोसेस में पीएच 4.5 to 5.5 आ जाती है बिकॉज दे आर एसिडोजेनिक बैक्टीरिया माइक्रोब्स व्हिच आर वर्किंग वेरी एफिशिएंटली and degrading the entire biomass, and then we take it up again in acidogenesis. There after that acetogenesis, in which acetones and hydrogen is also produced here in our system. We had been talking of hydrogen now, but that hydrogen is not energy efficient. In this case, this is a biohydrogen which is coming out of bio waste, which can take out these hydrogen also from our process. And then finally in methanogenesis, pH again goes back from 7 to 8. So एक cyclic process हम लोगों ने किया और pH को लेके आए up to down again to down. It is like a sine wave. और एक single digester में ये sine wave properly efficiently नहीं चल पाती. इस वजह से unfortunately इंडिया में बहुत सारे projects लगते हैं but multi feed को handle नहीं कर पाते. तो ये जर्नी हम लोगों ने शुरुआत करी. दिल्ली सीएम मैडम शीला दीक्षित को आप सब लोग जानते होंगे. तो ऐसे ही हम लोग एक बारी कहीं बैठे हुए थे तो मैडम ने पूछा कि वेस्ट का हम क्या कर सकते हैं. आई सेड मैडम उससे तो हम फ्यूल बना सकते हैं. तो मैडम रिप्लाइड हमने 20 साल से देखा है बट अभी तक तो कुछ नहीं हुआ दिल्ली का. सो आई टोल्ड मैम लेट्स डू अ presentation. She invited all her municipal commissioners ministers, IAS officials, and we were sitting in Delhi CM office. I made a presentation like this. So she said, please put it in my office. I want to see it every day. So that was a time in year 2010. We set up our first bio CNG project in Delhi CM office. It is still operational. And when the project is set up in a CM office, it is a high security zone. It was vetted by explosive department, by police department, by all the departments. So this technology is vetted by Government of India, Government of Delhi. And then there was another incident. Our Honorable Prime Minister had gone to Germany with Mr. Piyush Goyal, who was the MNRE secretary at that time, in year 2016. So that time, the problem of paddy burning started in Delhi. So paddy was burnt in Punjab, Haryana, and it was just polluting air of Delhi. So that time, somebody told in Germany that we can convert paddy stubble to CNG. And Mr. Piyush Goyal, he is a good friend, mentor. We had been talking, and he said, can you do it in India? We said, definitely, sir. So he put us on a fast track. We invested 15 crore rupees in this project, and it was set up in Karnal, very near to Delhi, wherein we started processing all type of waste. And here we perfected all the waste. There are three types of bio waste. One is tough to digest. So this project is set up in slaughterhouse, where tough to digest waste, slaughterhouse waste is the toughest to digest. That is being digested and energy extracted. Then medium to digest, like paddy stubble, is a medium to digest waste. There is silica, so it is medium to digest. Then comes easy to digest. Here your mushroom spent compost, press mud from sugar mill, cow dung, other food waste, all this waste is very easy to digest. So because it has been already partially digested in the previous process. So that is how all these three type of waste we processed, and we developed microbial consortium, because the key here is right kind of microbes for digesting the right kind of feedstock. So we have got a microbial consortium which we add and we maintain through right pH and temperature, so that the process is highly efficient. We complete our HRT. HRT is hydraulic retention time in 18 days. In a conventional biogas project, it takes 40 days, 50 days, maybe 60 days. So that is the efficiency, because right microbes, right pH, right temperature, and solid metal catalyst coated inside the reactors let us do this process highly efficiently. So this is a journey which we started. We have converted over 250,000 metric tons of bio waste into biofuel. We have got the latest patent on waste to biofuel reactor waste technology. We are 100% designed, engineered and made in India. We are proud of having a Indian specific technology 100% developed in India. We are driven by Honeywell quality components. Honeywell is our partner because they are the world leader in oil and gas industry. They supply us quality components with life of 30 years, and we are powered by ACE, an artificial intelligence system with zero human intervention. And fortunately, we are not using any Chinese components in our process. So we are the only Indian organization in this sector whose director received the prestigious Diana Award by British Royal Family 2022. So this British Royal Family is awarding social entrepreneurs, and one of our director got this award. And most important, we work at policy level with the government and are aware of the nitty-gritty of all the biofuel policies and compliances. So that is another aspect, that we work with the ministries. We work with Ministry of Petroleum, Natural Gas, Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, Ministry of Environment, and Ministry of MSME. we have got very lot of benefits brought in for the startups, for the entrepreneurs. We'll take it forward. And we are working with local communities to create green jobs, empower them with recognition. Our biorefinery doesn't have any bad smell. One of the biggest challenge with any biogas project is bad smell. So we are working for last 13 years in Delhi CM office because aesthetically it is very beautiful without any bad smell. Otherwise we would have been thrown out of the office in 13 minutes. And the reason of bad smell is H2S. In any waste management facility, H2S is generated which has a rotten egg smell. We are putting up a microbe which is consuming sulfur in the very first reactor. In hydrolysis process itself, the sulfur is consumed by the microbes. So that is how in our gas there is no H2S formation, zero H2S, so zero smell. It is having high purity of methane plus CO2. So that is what is our USP. And when you are partnering with us, we highlight everybody's organization in national and international forums for recognition. And we facilitate eco-mark recognition in association with the government. Now the byproducts like our organic fertilizers need to be certified. We have got office in London, office in New Zealand, Australia, they need certified products. So eco-mark certification gives a recognition, and the end product, high quality liquid fertilizer, can be sold at a good price globally. So technology implementation journey at TRL 10, we are sharing a success story with Wave Industries. You might have heard of. Wave Industries has got 11 distilleries and sugar mills, wherein we are taking the crude gas from STP ETP plant and producing RNG, renewable natural gas from it. In phase 2 we are doing press mud, and in phase 3 we are scaling up. Now client was burning 60,000 rupees worth of wood every day to operate a potash furnace, yearly bill of 2.16 crore. After our skill, we converted the crude gas into renewable natural gas, which is now having BIS specification. Any biogas cannot be used for running vehicles or boilers. Now there is BIS 16087, which is actually a compliance needed by every biogas project. Then only we can sell at bio CNG. So this is another aspect people are not aware of, that BIS 16087 was drafted by us in year 2016. It was declared. So anybody who is doing compliance can set up their own CNG pumps. That is another benefit for getting into this industry. And replace diesel, replace petrol, replace oil, and get a return on investment of over 48%. That is how we started working with industry after we actually got patent in year 2020. So the major advantage, we all know external fuel dependency is reduced by 71%, return on investment up to 58%, reduced wood burning, and we are complying with ESG guidelines, supporting SDG goals of United Nations, and a step towards fuel Atmanirbhar Bharat. So here we look at press mud and spent compost. That this is the project wherein we wanted to commercialize our waste of a sugar mill and waste of mushroom farms. So here we are producing 5000 kg of RNG from 100 tons of press mud and spent compost, and while commissioning we made a detailed plan to establish this production, and that is how the total revenue of 11 crores started coming. All the sugar mills are having big challenge like mushroom farms. They have got press mud, which is a waste of sugar mill, and initially they were using it as a fertilizer, but it is not a fertilizer, we all know. Like mushroom spent compost is not a fertilizer, we all know. So disposal was a big challenge, but we as a technology owners, we convert these challenges into opportunities, and that's how they started earning 11 crore rupees from the product which they were disposing. So that how the success stories are so many. I will not take lot of time on this. I have to come for a offer for all of you. So this is another project we are doing. We are working with all the big waste generators, and we are investing in them and also sharing the revenues out of it. So we work in a phased manner with every customer. We say, think big, begin small, and keep growing exponentially. That is the way, because the learning is the first phase in any new technologies. This is a biological process. It is not any machine which will operate on its own. Like human body, it changes every day with the incoming temperature, pH, atmospheric conditions. It changes daily. So this is like human body. We need to understand the process, do it and raise gradually. This is a patent granted to us in year 2020 when everybody was struggling with the COVID. We were still working, being oil and gas industry, we work 24/7, 365 days. And after this, we take it now for commercial developments and partnerships. And these things, I don't need to tell why you should choose us. We are having so many plus. The major here achievement is a biocatalyst. We have got our own biocatalyst. These are naturally occurring microbes. We are not doing any genetically modified or anything. And nature has provided us microbes for everything. We have got hundreds, thousands of microbes. Only thing is we need to identify. Like madam did a lot of studies and she was giving us so many inputs which we never heard before in the mushroom sector. So same way, there are so many microbes for every aspect. And as scientists, the job of scientists is to find out the microbes. The job of engineers is to develop the process equipments, and commercial together we can make it viable for our honorable investors. So that is how we work together with scientists, make a commercially viable proposition, present it to our investing partners, and get the money for running these projects. So these are the traditional biogas plants, very smelly, occupy a lot of space. HRT is 40 days and they can't work on multi-feed, made of RCC which can crack. In our oil and gas industry, we never use RCC. Though we need lot of storage, but we never use RCC because it cracks with compression expansion with temperature changes. So we are using reactors, using refinery grade steel with a life of 100 years. And that is all. And they go vertical. We can do a big project in this small space because we can go high up to 100 meters. So this is how we follow oil and gas norms, and how we can work together we can discuss later on. We work with Government of India for bringing out a scheme for giving benefits to companies or startups or entrepreneurs to get support from the government. So there is a subsidy today in India of about 10 crores for anybody who is interested to set up these projects. And now let's come down to a financially viable proposition, that how we can work together onto the smallest size of project. So we work on a small, what we say is, which is a commercially viable, minimum viable project, MVP. So our minimum viable project, we can start with 10 tons of dry organic matter. Your mushroom spent compost is having a processing capacity of 10 tons per day. We have to add equal quantity of water in it, and we can add water, farm sewage or cow dung. It will also add some of our value. And the RNG manufacturing, RNG is renewable compressed natural gas, up to 1.1 million SCM per year. And we are also having a 100% natural liquid biofertilizer, 0.9 million liters per year. Cost of project is 21 crores. Annual revenue is 33 crores. Operational cost 21, and the gross profit after interest is 12.41 crore. Our investment return on investment is 56%. So we work on the projects where the return on investment is within 2 years. Because we are design engineering, we are not earning on the equipment sales. We want to create value every day by selling the fuel. So the client's one-time seed capital is 1.66 crore. MNRE subsidy is 1.67 crore. So technically whatever investment is done by you has come back to you. And collateral free loan from Government of Asia is 4.97 crore, and Grow Diesel is investing 14.99 crore into this project by giving refineries on lease. And phase 1 completion time is 12 months. Project payback period is less than 2 years. So this is how we work together, that we bring majority of capital into the projects, and you have to invest just one time, which also comes back from the subsidy. The next phase is we scale up to 100 tons per day, and here cost of project goes up to 198 crore. And the beauty here is that you don't have to make any future investment. Your profit from phase 1, 12.41 crore, is actually brought in as a margin money. We get a subsidy of 10 crores from the government, and here you are actually earning out of it. Bank loan of 49 crores and Grow Diesel investment of 149 crore. Payback, again, payback period is less than 1 year. And here we have got an offering that this investment can either be paid back by you after 3 years of moratorium into 7 years of EMI, or you can get it converted into equity for next 49% of share in your startup. So the offering here is that we have invested almost 150 crores, and we can convert it to a minor equity of 49%, or you can pay back with an interest of 6.99% per annum. So this is a proposal, and through this we have to build up with a IPO plan in 5 years of time, with a company valuation of 12,000 crores, and with the equity investment was only 2 crores. I hope you remember the first slide. The equity investment was only 2 crores, and then we build up this valuation of 6,000 crore, and we can bring the IPO in a price band of 5,800 to 5,900 each. We can discuss all these things. After lunch, there would be a valedictory session, and after that, we can again come back and go through an interactive session. So I would like to just request all of you to wait here after valedictory session, so that we can continue with the interactive, because the best idea is that how we can take these things forward. I have got a notice that my time is over, so I would just like to just share with you a last slide, that what we do with our leftover slurry. We convert into a very high quality liquid biofertilizer, which has a big cost, and this is concentrate. 1 liter is to be added in 1000 liter of water, and we will get it a certification. This fertilizer sells as $100 per liter. Even if you go on Google and search liquid fertilizer, you will find people are selling for 500 rupees, 1000 rupees, 2000 rupees. Even IFCO, the government of India, is selling at 200 rupees per liter. NAFED is selling at 500 rupees per liter, and for us it is a byproduct, 5 paisa per liter. So that is how we can add value through our technology, through our microbes, to whatever is the leftover. And this is all. This is my team. I would like to introduce that. In this team, we have got eminent scientists. For example, Dr. Rajiv Kumar was a CSIR scientist. He was taken up by Tata R&D, and after Tata R&D, now he is with us as a chief of R&D, chief scientist. And we have got, he is a master of catalyst, that's what we are using his specialty. Dr. Indrani Chandrasekharan was actually with Ministry of Oil and Natural Gas, Ministry of Environment, and now she is with us and we are formulating the policies. Mr. Jirki Poissy is our investor sitting in London, and so many other eminent team we have got with us, and these are our clients, our partners, you can say. All the big oil and gas companies like Honeywell, Essar, Neste Oil, Sasol, Indian Oil, Dow, PepsiCo, so many of them, a few among hundreds of our partners. And this is all our government partners, wherein lot of ministries are working. Then DPCC, Delhi Pollution Control Committee, and all these state governments are also working together to make this world a better place to live. We are present in India, New Zealand, UK, Australia, and here we are licensing ultra-modern biowaste to biofuel technologies and working with global partners to make this world a better place to live. We are creating jobs, increasing farmers' income, protecting climate, and leading India towards fuel independence with innovative ESG projects. And I would like to invite you to attend Waste to Wealth seminar on December 11, 12, 13 with a training at our operational plant in Karnal. Because seeing is believing, learning at an operational facility would be very much useful for you. You can note down my number and my email ID and we can work together. Thanks a lot. Time is over. 10 minutes for questions. 12:53.
Yes.
55.
Have 10 minutes for questions.
10 minutes for questions.
Thank you.
So any questions, please? We have got 10 minutes, so we can take a few questions.
Sir, we have few questions with Dr. Sharma.
Yes, please. You can.
Well, first of all, welcome to India. It's amazing that you have did revolutionary research. So many research papers you had. I have a question regarding pasteurization temperature, which you mentioned that is 65 degrees Celsius. In Indian conditions, we always avoid 65 degrees Celsius temperature. We never let our compost go beyond 60 degrees Celsius in Indian conditions. So why it is different in your country, that is 65 degrees Celsius temperature, first of all? And second question is regarding your microbial studies, its typification and isolation. You have isolated very important microbes from compost, they are thermophiles, and I can say in the era of hydroponics, shall we plan for anything else that we have not, we do not need any kind of composting and make substrate for mushroom growing? Is it possible?
About the first question, you
65.
can 60.
65.
If your compost is active, it helps to increase the temperature to 60 degrees. If your compost is not active, it's so difficult to increase temperature to have a 16 degrees. I have a question about your temperature. Your temperature is higher than 60?
No, we can never let it go beyond 60 degrees Celsius.
Yes.
If the compost is active or not. We are trying to maintain it around 58 degrees Celsius and 59 degrees Celsius.
Yes. The best temperature 58 to 16 degrees, not higher than it.
Exactly.
And after, if you increase temperature higher than 16, all of useful microbes that help you in the next stage die, and your compost is not suitable for sponge stages and
The
after
required will
next
be
stage.
chilled by the higher temperature. And that was my concern. If we go beyond 60 degrees Celsius, we have the idea, and we have read from all the references that don't go beyond 60 degrees Celsius because reverse fermentation will be there.
Fermentation.
Reverse means the required thermophilic microflora will be killed, which is required for the better growth of mushroom mycelium.
Yes, and some of bacteria that help initiation, fruiting body, and saving energy for spawn run is died after if you higher temperature at higher 60 degrees.
Yes. And the second question, that those microbes can be used without making compost for mushroom plant? Is it, as per your opinion?
Next R&D subject. We can do R&D on that next time, and in the next conference we will take it up this question.
I want to say I'm a researcher and I'm not a compost maker, but I work in the mushroom compost farm in the past, and I wrote a book about compost, but I am not a compost maker.
So
Thank you very much,
ultimately we have
ma'am.
to
Sir, thank you very much. So we had a wonderful session, and we will continue later on. My humble request with you is kindly go for the lunch and be assembled at sharp 1:45. Right? We have to welcome our guest for validity section. So please, you can leave, enjoy the lunch, come back by 1:45 sharp. We will start sharp at 2 o'clock, finish sharp at 3 o'clock the session. Then we can interact forever. You can sit here for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever time you want to sit. We will be here, we will be discussing. Thank you very much for your kind attention to this session.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your insights. I would now like to request Mr. Atul Saxena to kindly felicitate our speaker, Dr. Shehnaz Shahi.
And please.
Before we dive further into today's day, we would be breaking for lunch. Thank you for your attention and participation thus far. We will reconvene here at 1:45 p.m. sharp for the valedictory ceremony. Thank you.